All right, in this video, we're going to talk about the best clients and niches for Google lead generation. So this is important for you to know. I can only speak from my past experience and kind of what I've been involved with myself. So I'm going to tell you a lot of the niches that I've been involved with and had success with, and some that were a little tougher than others. So I'm going to go through all that with you. And just so you know, though, too, there are way more clients and niches out there than what I'm going to share with you in this video. These are just an example of some that I've personally done and had success with, or others that I know I could have success with, and others that I've heard of a lot of people doing local business lead generation for. So let's get right into it. First things first, the ideal client here is one that offers some sort of free consultation or free quote. So basically someone who on the landing page, we're going to have a call to action of call now for your free consultation or call now for your free quote. So as we'll get into on the next page, pretty much every attorney that I know offers a free consultation. So that's a perfect example. Pretty much every mortgage company or title loan company or anything like that, they offer a free quote. So it's like call now for your free quote. Right, a lot of chiropractors offer free consultations or free initial evaluation. Right, so these are types of these are really ideal. The point is for people to hit the landing page, and then the whole point of the landing page is to get people to call that local business for some sort of free consultation or free quote, which many of them, most of them already offer. So really, an ideal client. Someone actually recently said to me, so what are your idea? What kind of people can I? They were so happy with the job I did for them. They said, what kind of people can I refer to you? I want to refer people. What type of clients should I refer? And I said, well, pretty much any business that is currently doing any type of billboard advertising, TV advertising, radio advertising, or newspaper advertising, those would be essentially, I mean, it's hard for me to narrow down a specific niche because there's so many, but I know that anyone who's spending money on billboard, TV, radio, or newspaper, I know that they're already spending money on advertising, and I'm extremely, extremely, extremely confident that I can get them a better ROI, a better return on investment than what they're currently getting from those other sources of advertising. So, trying to get someone who's not doing any advertising at all to spend a couple grand, a month on advertising at an absolute minimum, really, could be tougher than someone who's already spending 5, 10, 20 grand a month on advertising to get them to say to allocate $5,000 or a couple $1,000s of that budget to your campaign. Just to give it a test run, and that's kind of what you're doing. You're getting your foot in the door. You're going to tell them, hey, give us a test run here. Let's allocate $5,000 of your budget for the next month to this, and I guarantee you, you're going to see, you shouldn't say I guarantee you, and I'm very confident that you're going to see a much better return on investment. Your phone's going to be ringing much more than what you're getting from these other sources. So anyone who's doing that type of advertising already, so in my local market here, there's tons of attorneys. There's dental implant surgeon people. There's mostly attorneys and dental people, and then I'm trying to think of what other niches here that I see billboards for, but then you have TV, radio, newspaper, a lot of the mortgage places, loan places, places like that. So I'll get into that on the next page as well. Personally, this is me, I don't like dealing with, for lack of a better word, broke, people that are businesses that don't have a lot of money, businesses that are, scratching for cash, and when you say that your minimum fee is a couple grand or a grand, whatever. In your case, let's say you want to just get in the door and get started, and you say, hey, my minimum fee is $1,000 a month, and they're like, whoa, that's crazy, something like that. I don't even want to bother, really, personally. So that's just me. I realize that some of you starting out may just want to get your foot in the door in places, and really that is important. I really would recommend. I mean, if you can't get any clients to pay you at first, do something and say, hey, let me get you results, and then you can pay me, or something like that, just to get your foot in the door. Again, I don't usually recommend that, but I can see how someone just starting out without any previous experience might want to do that, because here's the point. The point is that once you do this for one high-end professional and get your foot in the door, they're going to refer you to lots of other high-end professionals. And so, these days I get tons of referrals, tons and tons of referrals. So that's what you do, a good job for one person, and when you use this system that you're going to learn here, you're going to do a great job you're going to get great results for them, and then they're going to refer you to other people and other people and other people. So just do what you got to do to get your foot in the door, to land your first couple clients, and I believe that you're going to get incredible results for them with this system, and they're going to refer you to other people. But again, getting back to the point, I like dealing with higher end professionals, and I'll share some of those with you on the next slide. And really though, anyone who needs their phone to ring more. Okay, so some dentists don't offer free consultations or free quotes. Maybe they offer a free quote, but a dentist could still be a good client, right? Because a dentist needs people to pick up the phone and call them and schedule some cleaning or whatever that would be their first step there. So let's move right along here. Attorneys are great clients. I've had a success with attorneys. I've set up a lot of campaigns for attorneys. I'm going to go through, I believe, pretty much every single type of attorney I'm mentioning on this slide. I've already set up a campaign for. So a criminal attorney is pretty easy to get good results from my past experience. I got great results for a criminal defense attorney. A DUI attorney, again, DUI is a little more competitive, but I have seen great results for a DUI attorney that I set up a campaign for. IRS attorney, I've seen great results for IRS attorneys as well. And I like IRS attorney. These first three here I really like. Especially IRS and criminal attorney, I've gotten great results for, and the IRS in particular doesn't seem to be a ton of competition, so a little less competitive than DUI, let's say, where your cost per click is going to be higher. And again, when we start going into the Google campaigns and talking more about the campaign setup, I'll start getting into in these future videos more about the cost per click and what you should expect, and how different niches and different keywords have much higher cost per clicks than others, right? If it's a very valuable keyword, a very competitive keyword in Google, it's going to have a much higher cost per click, right? And I'm going to get into in just a second. Personal injury attorneys can sometimes cost $50 a click, $70 a click in some cases, depending how competitive it is, because a personal injury attorney, if they land a client, that could be a huge case for them. They can make a ton of money on that. So a lot of personal injury attorneys are bidding. It's very competitive, very high cost per click. Whereas an IRS attorney is going to have a much lower cost per click. There's going to be less competitive, not as many IRS attorneys out there. So I like these three niches a lot. Immigration attorney is another really good one. Very, not that competitive from what I've seen. Again, this all depends on your own market. Maybe some markets will be much more competitive than others. So cost per click is going to vary by market. But all four of these attorneys here, and specifically immigration attorney and IRS attorney, I've seen a lot of great results for. Employment attorney, again. So employment attorney is someone that, people who feel that they've been fired by their employer unfairly, or they haven't been paid overtime wages like they're supposed to. Employment attorney got a lot, especially in this economy, right? A lot of people are laid off. A lot of people feel like they've been laid off unfairly. So there's a lot of leads to be had for employment attorneys, and from what I've seen, they're pretty cheap. Real estate attorney, again, in this day and age, real estate attorneys are pretty popular, and I've gotten great results for real estate attorney. Loan modification attorney, kind of along the same lines here, but a lot of people need loan modifications. Some states have different laws about whether attorneys can be paid or for loan modifications, but I'm pretty sure a lot of states, including Nevada, loan modification attorneys, there are people that are paying attorneys to do loan modifications for them. Spanish-speaking attorneys, here's something really cool, and a lot of them are in some areas, Spanish-speaking attorneys are often immigration attorneys, so those often go hand in hand. But Spanish keywords, so actually the word abogado, abogado, A-B-O-G-A-D-O, abogado is the word attorney or lawyer in Spanish. So that's actually a very good keyword. If you have a Spanish-speaking attorney and they're bidding on the keyword abogado, which Spanish speakers are typing into Google abogado, so they're looking for an attorney, and they've obviously typed it in Spanish. Those types of keywords, you can get some really good leads. So Spanish-speaking attorney bidding on Spanish keywords can do very, very well. So I've had success there as well. Now, personal injury attorneys are probably the most popular. They're all over the place, but it's extremely competitive. So I have definitely done a few different campaigns for different personal injury attorneys, and I'll just let you know up front, it is very competitive. I think with this system that you're going to learn, you're going to do better for these personal injury attorneys than anyone else could, but it's going to be very competitive. There's going to be a very high cost per click. So you don't want to be telling them that you're going to be getting them leads for $100 a lead or anything like that, because it could cost $50, $60, $70 a click. It could cost $1,000 for a lead. But guess what? If this personal injury attorney has that lead turn into a client for $1,000, or let's say they for every 3 leads turns into a client and they pay $1,000 a lead, I'm pretty sure if you said to a personal injury attorney, hey, would you pay $3,000 to land a client, I'm pretty sure they would tell you yes. So again, I'm just throwing out numbers out there. I don't want to make any guarantees about what it would cost per lead. Every market is different, and this market in particular is very competitive. Good thing, now if you look at this list here, what I like about all these other attorneys, aside from the personal injury attorney, is that they get paid pretty quickly. So a criminal attorney, right? So someone looks up criminal defense attorney in your area, or DUI attorney, or IRS attorney, or immigration attorney, employment attorney, loan modification, Spanish-speaking attorney, right? When they're searching for those people, they come in for a free consultation that same week, and if hopefully this attorney knows how to close the sale, which is another important part of this process, and they close a sale, they get that money right there, right? So an attorney could spend $100 today, have someone call for a free consultation, come in later that week and sign them for $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. Boom. So they're getting that money right away. Personal injury attorney, on the other hand, so the reason why that's important is because if they make that money right away, then they'll reinvest that money and want to spend more on internet advertising, more on internet lead generation. Personal injury attorney, they don't get paid for several months. Now, granted, the settlements could be hundreds of thousands of dollars that they make on a big settlement, but typically it doesn't happen, right away. So here's why that's important. And another potential client like that is realtors that are in the same boat, right? So a realtor, when a realtor gets a new client, someone who finds them and says, yes, I wanna list my home with you, or I wanna buy a home with you, it oftentimes can take several months before that home is sold or before that buyer buys a house. So if a personal injury attorney and a realtor don't make that money back for several months, it's going to be hard for them to spend $10,000 or $20,000 a month for 7 months until they make their money back. They got to have some pretty deep pockets. Now, personal injury attorneys typically do have deep pockets. Realtors, on the other hand, typically don't have deep pockets. So while I have actually recently been talking to a very, very successful realtor who deals with very high-end luxury homes and sells hundreds of homes a month. I don't know exactly what his number was, but he's the top realtor in his area. So I'm talking to him, and I might work with him on a campaign. But I'm letting him know up front that you're going to spend money now. You're not going to see that return until several months, but you'll see action. You'll see leads generated. You'll get listings. You'll get clients. But it's not my fault that it takes you 5 months to make that money back. So that's just a heads up on those. But personal injury attorneys do have deep pockets typically, and they can afford to pay you monthly. So, but out of all these, the top attorneys on this list, other than personal injury attorneys, are all great candidates. I'm extremely confident that with this system you'll get great success for them, and I think you can with personal injury attorneys as well. But they're just very, very competitive. Let's move on to other potential clients here, and there's tons of other potential clients. Again, anyone who wants their phone to ring more is a potential client, but let's look at some of the higher end clients, or clients that I've personally done and work with. I haven't done per se a dentist or a dental surgeon, but I've heard that lots of local business dentists are great local business clients, and dental surgeons who do dental implants have a very high ticket item. Anyone with a very high ticket item, dental surgeon, if they land a client that, they end up making $5,000 or $10,000 from, and you're generating leads for them, that's very valuable to them. So chiropractors are great. Dentists and dental surgeons are great. Mortgage companies I've had success with, and especially when a mortgage company specializes, let's say, in a certain particular niche. So, for example, there are mortgage companies that specialize right now. There are some new programs that refinance people that owe more than their property is worth. People that are upside down on their properties can actually, in certain cases, if they have some sort of FHA or Fannie, I don't know exactly the details, they can qualify to refinance their upside down house. So that's a very specific niche, and if a mortgage company works within that niche, they can have a lot of success bidding on those specific keywords for that niche, and also just having that unique selling proposition. So as opposed to just trying to be some general mortgage company like refinance your home to today's low rates, I mean, obviously you can get it'll work. They'll get some clients, but it'll be very effective. Because remember, you're competing with some mortgage giants. In the mortgage companies, you could be competing with the Bank of America or Chase. So if you have something that you're specializing in as a mortgage broker, that would be even more ideal as a client there. But those are great clients. Title loan companies. Title loans are not available in every state across the country, but they are available in several states or dozens of states. And title loan companies want people to call for a free quote, to call to see if they qualify, to get a loan against their car. So title loan companies are one that I've seen great success with. Pawn shops I've seen great success with as well, right? People want to pawn stuff. They go on Google, they type in pawn shop, or they type in sell jewelry, sell antiques, sell gold, sell silver, and boom, if you have a good pawn shop in the local area that pops up at the top of the page with their Google Places ad, making their ad twice the size, again, very, very effective. Mixed martial arts schools. This is a kind of a new, a big trending thing. Mixed martial arts is growing more and more year by year. A lot of schools, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu schools, mixed martial arts schools, karate schools, kickboxing, all that kind of stuff as well are great local businesses that could have great success. As well. Drug rehab centers, I've not done these, but I know that drug rehab centers, again, clients are very valuable and very expensive to them. Typically, someone looking for a drug rehab center is going to go to one in their area or close by, right? Typically, you're not going to fly across the country to go to a drug rehab center. You might in some cases, but typically not. So again, it's great for a local business. If you're in the local area and someone types in drug rehab center or one of those many keywords that your prime prospect would be targeting there, and you pop up and you're a drug rehab center in the area, you have your Google Places, boom. So again, another good potential client. Now, credit repair is a tough one. I actually probably don't recommend going after credit repair, and here's why. Here's the difference between credit repair and all these other ones, right? Is chiropractors, dentists, mortgage company, title loan company, pawn shop, mixed martial arts, and drug rehab center. All of those types of clients, people locally are going to go to them, right? People are going to, if you're not going to go to another state to find a chiropractor, right? You're not going to fly across the country to go to a different dentist. You're not going to travel far to go to a pawn shop or a mixed martial arts school. But credit repair is a huge industry that's extremely, extremely competitive. And so you have all these nationwide credit repair companies that are advertising across the country and really bidding up the prices and making it difficult. And credit repair is something that you don't really need to go to your local credit repair guy. A lot of times you just go on the internet and find a credit repair place and you hire them over the internet, or you call them up and hire them. So that's a tough one because it's a nationwide, very competitive on a nationwide scale. Credit repair. So I hope you're starting to see kind of the difference here between these local businesses and some of the ones that might be tougher. And I think this video is actually should help you get a really good understanding of who the best potential clients are, which again is really anyone who just wants their phone ringing. Now here's another really, really cool thing that I am just starting to get into myself is nonprofits. You can actually help out a nonprofit and get paid. Now before you think that you shouldn't get paid for helping a nonprofit, let me tell you something that I just recently learned not too long ago, and I'm in the process right now of the first nonprofit getting set up to get approved. You have to apply and get approved and show Google proof. Obviously, Google is not just going to let any Joe Schmo say that they're a nonprofit and give them $10,000 a month in free advertising, but Google does offer up to $10,000 a month in free advertising to nonprofits that qualify. So it does take a while to get approved, so you want to have your nonprofit apply right away. Right now, I think we're probably a few weeks into the process and still haven't been approved. There's actually 2 steps here, and I don't know the exact link off the top of my head here, but you could easily Google it. If you go to Google and type in Google AdWords nonprofit program or Google AdWords nonprofit grants, I'm sure it'll come up at the top of the page, and you get the link, and they simply go and apply for that. So first step, they got approved. This client of mine got approved within a week. I think it was about a week or so. They got approved as a nonprofit, and then after they got approved as a nonprofit, then you actually have to apply for the specific Google program that you're looking for a grant for. And they say that could take up to a couple of months to get approved. So it's been a few weeks since they applied for the Google AdWords grant to get the $10,000 a month free in advertising, and they're still not approved. So hopefully within a couple months they'll be approved, and then hopefully they get $10,000 a month in free advertising. So imagine saying to a client that they can pay you, that you're going to get them, I'm going to get you $10,000 a month in free advertising, and I'm going to set up your campaign and create your landing page and manage it for them, and you just pay me $2,000 a month, right? Let's say that, I mean, that's kind of a no-brainer, right? Hey, you pay me $2,000 a month, but you're getting $10,000 a month in free advertising, plus I'm giving you this landing page and setting it up for you and managing the entire campaign. So to me, it's a win-win. You can help out nonprofits get free advertising and get more business, and in return, they can pay you. Or if there's a nonprofit that you just want to contribute to and be a nice person, and instead of donating, you want to donate your time instead of your money, this could be a great way to do that as well. So I actually, when I first heard about this, I sent out an email to everybody I know that is involved in nonprofits or might know a nonprofit, and I said, hey, make sure you check this out. If you know of any nonprofits, tell them to apply for this right now. And if they get approved, tell them to let me know, and I'll help them get it all set up and everything like that. Really, I was kind of doing it out of goodwill. I just wanted to help nonprofits get a lot of free advertising. My mom is involved in a lot of nonprofits, and so I specifically told her, hey, your list of top nonprofits, let's get them all to apply for this and see if they get approved. And so this is kind of new to me, but I know actually I've heard of someone else, someone that I mastermind with, who said that they're actually going to go after this as a business model. And it's amazing that so many of these nonprofits don't even know that this is available. And so you can approach them, let them know, and most of them will be like, wow, I had no clue, which is amazing. And so you let them know about this, and let them know about the free advertising. Tell them to apply right away, and if they get approved, you can set it all up and either do it for goodwill, or I think it's a great business model to get paid and create a win-win. So another cool thing that you can get involved with as well. And so in this video, I really just wanted to give you kind of a summary here. There's much more niches, much more clients you can go after, but I wanted to teach from my experience and tell you some cool things about nonprofits, tell you who some of the tougher clients were, who some of the ideal clients are. But obviously, there's much more. You have a huge market for you here, but I hope this video just kind of helped you learn a little bit more about this.